Brothers and sisters, welcome to today's reflection. And today I want us to dwell and look at the aspect of the Catholic social teachings. And in this context, it's not only the Catholics. We are looking at the Christian fraternity. So we embrace what we call fraternity, where we work as a whole, the Christian teachings and social teachings. What are those? So just follow my teaching, my lesson closely. You will get to understand what are the Catholic social teachings in relation to the entire Christian family in the world and the common consumption of the communities. So feel free, accompany me to the class. Welcome. This particular time, we treasure a rich treasure of wisdom about building a just society and living lives of holiness amidst the challenges of modern society. Now the social teachings has the following components as articulated through the tradition of the papal, conciliar, and the episcopal documents. One thing that we have to look at is the aspect of life and dignity of human persons, here whereby we give total respect to the human lives and the dignity. That means we have to respect human life all the way from the conception up to birth and to growth systems of our human people. So we are not supposed to hurt anyone when it comes to that. Two is call for family, community, and participation. And this one, I want to tell our brothers and sisters from the African perspective and all over the world that we have to embrace the palaver, whereby we have to come together, we have to communicate, we have to talk and share ideas. And in this concept of call for family, community, and participation, we look at all people equally. We have to give equal chances to each and every person when it comes to matters pertaining to the community. And you have to understand that the community is built up by the families, and now the family is the basic unit of the community, of the society at large, and therefore we have to respect our families. We have to give the families enough time to talk about issues. And when it comes to community, we have to embrace communal things. We share ideas, we have to come together, we have to talk, we have to share ideologies for development, sustainable development in our communities. And therefore, when it comes to participation, let's give equal chances to each and every person to participate and give his or her views when it comes to critical issues affecting the entire community in our jurisdictions. And therefore I call upon the church all over the world and all the Christian fraternity, that is the concept we have to embrace. The participation, palaver, communal sharings, coming together, sharing ideas and working on various areas of development, social life, economic lives in our societies. And then we have the rights. As number 3, we have rights and responsibilities. In this, we have the Catholic traditional teachings that human dignity can be protected and a healthy community can be achieved only in human rights, when human rights are protected and responsibilities are met. Therefore, every person has a fundamental right to life and right to those things required to human decency. And therefore, corresponding to these rights are duties and responsibilities to one another. Therefore, when we are having the concept of human rights, you have the human rights. we have the governments in place, we have the church in place, who is taking the responsibility to ensure that all these are being adhered to. And that's why every now and then you find the church coming out clearly, addressing the issues, taking the responsibility of countering the ill conscience of the government when it comes to dealing with such issues in our society. And I like, for example, in Kenya, we have the KCCB, the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops, who normally come out to address critical issues that affects the community when the government goes astray, when the government does not respect the human rights or adhere to them. Then we have number 4 as the option for the poor and vulnerable, and this one is another concept that majority of us do just look upon them. We don't mind about what is supposed to be done, and therefore we end up exploiting our members. And this concept states that a basic moral test is how our most vulnerable members are faring, and therefore when you are rich, we have the card, and God gave us different capabilities differently. We have the poor and we have the rich, and that's the reality of the world. Therefore we have to come out clear and check out the life and experiences of the vulnerable communities in our various spheres of life. And this one is well articulated in the gospel according to Matthew chapter 23 31 to 46, and instructs us to put the needs of the poor and the vulnerable first. Another part is on the dignity of work and the rights of workers. This is another area, because this is another concept of the social traditional aspects, traditional social teaching, whereby we look at the dignity of work and the rights of workers, whereby the economy must serve people, not the other way around. Work is more than a way to make a living. It is a form of continuing participation in God's creation. If the dignity of worker is to be protected, then the basic rights of workers must be respected. The right to productive work, the decent and fair wages, to the organization and joining of the union, to private property, and to economic initiatives. So we should not limit members of the public from all these. We should not bar our employees from achieving all these. Next thing is solidarity, and at this sphere, let's look at now. We are one human family, whatever our national, racial, ethnic, economic, and theological differences. We are our brothers and sisters keeper. Therefore, wherever they may be, loving our neighbor has a global dimension in the shrinking world. Therefore, we should embrace love. We should embrace love to our neighbors. Let's love one another. For us to avoid the, for example, in African countries, just say nations, people, the governments importing weapons, and those weapons are being used against our members of the public, of which is not good. Therefore, love as an aspect may make our states work so well, and by so doing, I think we shall live a good life in this world as nations. Therefore, I call upon the governments, the people of goodwill, the Christian fraternity, that we embrace solidarity. Let's come out. If there is an issue, let's address it. Not good at all exploiting our brothers and sisters dealing with them mercilessly. Let's avoid that in our areas of operations, but work solidarily. We pull together our synergies to work towards achieving a certain goal, but not exploiting, not pinning down others, but let's work harmoniously. Finally, we have care for God's creation. God gave us the planet Earth to take care of it. When He sent Adam to the garden, go and till. Therefore, let's cultivate, let's take care of the God's creation. And then here, let's say we show our respect to the Creator by our stewardship of creation. Care for the earth is not just an Earth Day slogan. It is a requirement of our faith. We are called to protect people and the planet. Therefore, living our faith in a relationship with all of God's creation, the environment challenge has fundamental moral and ethical dimension that cannot be ignored. So from that angle, I think now you can be in a position to talk about the Christian social teachings, whereby we embrace life and dignity of human person, the call for family, community, and participation. Then we have rights and responsibilities. Then finally we have option for the poor and vulnerable. Then we look at the dignity of work and the rights of workers. Then solidarity and care for human, for God's creation. Therefore, I call upon my brothers and sisters, let's work towards achieving these social teachings. And when you look at all this, we summarize the 10 commandments as Jesus did, to love. When you love one another, you love your God. I think all this you will achieve. Therefore, love is the way to go. When you love, you won't kill. That's respect to human life and dignity. When you love, you will embrace community and family and participation. Then when you have rights and responsibilities, you will be adhered to. Then when you love, you will love the poor and you will take care of them. When you love, you will embrace the dignity of work and the right of workers when you are an employer. Then when you love, you will embrace solidarity, because you want to feel everyone to have that feeling of family, that feeling of togetherness. Then when